Well, here we are. I mean, did anybody expect anything less than Trumpenstein? Trump? Of course not. It was laughable. It was quite laughable a few days ago when he was like, well, I'm going to need to take a couple weeks to decide what we need to do. Let me make something clear. He knew exactly from the moment that Israel said, we can't finish the job, he knew he had to do it. He was lying and saying, well, I gotta think about this. I gotta pray about it. I gotta see what do I need to do? No. If you have a few brain cells up here, you will understand that the man on your screen right here, President Trumpenstein, or I'm sorry, President Trump, is not our president, actually. He might be, in name only. Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu is our president. What they want and what they need, we are going to deliver on those, whatever it is. That has been the case for 60 plus years. So miss me with the thing of, well, I got to think about it. I got to see what we need to do. You knew all along. You knew all along. And now here we are. Mr. Anti-war peace president, here we are. We are on the precipice of World War III because of you and because of Israel. Period. Full stop. That is the reason. Let me make something clear. Any American lives that are killed from this conflict from right now on is on your hands. For being you know what I'm trying to say, for being a complete BICTH. I don't want to get this. I'm never going to get monetized anyway. So I don't even care because I actually try to, say what the truth is because our country is not ran by this man. It is ran by Israel and the people who have that little small hat right there. Before we get into the dress, and we're going to get into the dress, I apologize for making a big monologue about this, but it's important. Who knows if this is going to be a boots on the ground war? Could be another Iraq 2.0. I don't know if we're going to get conscripted into this war, if it gets to that point. I know for my sake, I am not dying for Israel. You can put the two cuffs right here and take me off to jail before I ever even think about joining a war for Israel. And I hope you guys will do the same. Okay, let's get into this address. When I tell you, oh my gosh, this is incredibly hard to watch. It is incredibly hard to watch. So I'm going to stop blabbing. We're going to listen to this and we're going to talk about it.
Carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise.
Horribly? Okay. So, first of all, you have no proof that they have nuclear weapons right now. Of course, they're saying, well, they could. They've been saying that for 30 years, but they could. I think they're 2 years away. Which is weird because it's been going on for almost 3 decades now, but who knows? Also, the IAEA IAEA has consistently, this is the group that the International Atomic Energy, who goes everywhere around the world, not just Iran, everywhere, to see and check what they're doing at their nuclear power plants. This has been happening for years now. For years. This is not something new. They've been doing this for years. So I'm still confused by the argument that they have or are going to have very soon a nuclear weapon. That is garbage. That is a terrible argument, because they do not. And then, they, of course, they want to bring up, well, they're the terror capital of the world. They fund all these proxies. What about North Korea? Are we bombing North Korea? They actually have nukes. So why are we not bombing them? Anyway, keep going.
Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
There you go.
Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
Spectacular military success. So interesting. So flying a stealth bomber 50,000 feet in the air that nobody can see, and the pilot presses a red button when they're told to, is a great military victory. I mean, you teach me how to fly, I think I can do the same thing. That's all I'm going to say.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater.
Threat. That's a threat. Remember that.
And a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel.
I hate this argument. Yes, there are people in the streets of Iran who are chanting those words. What do you think they're going to say? What have we done for Iran? Other than bomb their neighbors of Iraq, and I'm sure they have a ton of relatives in Iraq as well. Like, do you think they're going to say, we love Israel, we love America, keep bombing our neighbors, keep bombing the places where we have relatives, keep doing it. That's what we're going to do. Like, give me a break.
They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East.
Yeah. In whose blood is that on the hands of? Bush got us into it. Nobody else got us out. That is on your hands.
East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu.
Yep, our real president.
We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American.
Yeah, well done. You've only killed about 20,000 children and 50,000+ innocent human beings. Great job, guys. Great job.
Patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so.
Yeah, I'm sure
I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Razencane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight,
What we've gathered so far, we know with this address and what he's been saying, he wants to overthrow the Ayatollah and who's in position, in those positions of power. And he is pretty much saying in this address that if pretty much the people don't rise up and kick these people out or worse, we're going to continue to strike. That is what this address is about. This is not an address to me or other fellow Americans. This is a threat, I should say, to the Ayatollah in Iran, period.
it was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military.
Kidding me? Are you kidding? Anyway, I'll stop pausing it.
That could do what
Stupid.
took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military.
Oh, yeah. You love God, don't you? You really love God, don't you? Yeah. You love him so much that you gave the green light and you have our military equipment to a country, I'll say that in air quotes, that are slaughtering and killing 50,000 plus people, innocent people. But you have the nerve to talk about God. It's disgusting. That's the end of the video. I how do I say this without getting banned? I hope people wake up to the truth. I hope people wake up and see who is actually running America. It is not the man on your screen right now. It is the man in Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, who's controlling this country. And that country has been, Israel I'm talking about, has been controlling us for over 60 years. We have lost thousands, tens of thousands of soldiers who actually wanted to fight for this country. But they were blinded. They didn't see the truth. And they died for nothing, and they died for Israel. I hope you wake up. We are on the precipice of World War III. Do not join this war, whatever it may take. That's all I got.